Thank you for tuning in today. My name is Zach Bachner, and I am the Director of Financial Planning here at Summit Financial Consulting. Today, we're going to be discussing preparing for retirement and the cost to consider before making that big life decision. Deciding if or when to retire could potentially be one of the largest financial decisions of your lifetime. So we strongly recommend meeting with your personal advisor to review your financial plan to help ensure you can afford this major life change. This can be a very stressful time for clients as they weigh the decision that is in front of them. Meeting with your personal advisor can not only bring financial peace of mind, but may also potentially alert the client of any pitfalls that may be present in their current plan. Thankfully, our firm uses a very robust system that allows us to view a client's current financial picture, long-term forecast for retirement, potential investment pitfalls, and impacts of tax planning strategies, and much, much more. There's a lot of information that goes into constructing a retirement plan and even more analysis that can be done after the initial data is inputted. The main concern is whether or not the client has enough assets to provide income above and beyond benefits of Social Security or pension to fulfill their annual or monthly expenses throughout their projected retirement timeline. Your personal advisor should have access to your current financial picture, including investment assets. Other benefits, such as Social Security, can be retrieved from SSA.gov. Pension benefits should be found within the most recent plan statement, and any other additional income streams should be relayed to your personal advisor. The last part of the retirement equation is how much the monthly or annual expenses are for the household, and it is important for this information to be accurate since a miscalculation could easily derail your retirement plan. If you expect to spend about $5,000 per month in retirement, but if that number actually ends up being closer to $7,000 or $8,000 per month, you may not have enough assets to fulfill that higher income need, and this could potentially result in a shortfall of assets or income at the end of the retirement plan. Please refer to our previous blog about budgeting on our website at summitfc.net/blog. Your advisor or our personal retirement software could help alleviate any stress and can help calculate your income need. Alternatively, it also allows us to adjust the income need to see where the plan may be successful at what level of expenses. Is it successful at $4,000, $5,000, $6,000? We are able to solve for that household expense within our financial planning software. There are some additional expenses that you may not be considering when trying to calculate your monthly budget, but it is definitely important to have these included in your retirement plan and for them not to be overlooked. First, it is important to have adequate health insurance premiums, such as Medicare or any pre-Medicare insurance premiums, factored into the overall household cost. Many clients have had employer-sponsored health plans for a long time and have not had to pay for their insurance premiums, so this is a common expense that clients do not always think about when planning for retirement. Next, the longevity of the client, or how long the client plans on living, is a very important part of the retirement picture since it will determine how long the income needs to be provided to the client for their plan to be successful. Average life expectancy in the U.S. is just below 80 years, but that can certainly vary from person to person depending on their current health or their family history. We prefer to overestimate on the life expectancy since improvements in technology, improvements in medicine have the potential to continue to extend this life expectancy average, and we would rather err on the side of caution so that a client does not have the assets deplete sooner than the end of their plan is expected to last. In addition to this, we want to consider long-term care costs as a potential factor in your retirement plan. Not everyone needs long-term care, but it can be very costly if it is needed. Our system that we use to prepare for retirement has the ability to forecast national averages for both health insurance premiums and long-term care costs and build those expenses directly into the retirement plan so that we can ensure there are additional funds available should the need arise down the road for this long-term care expense or for those monthly premiums to continue longer potentially than we had originally expected. Lastly, one of the major expenses that should be considered for a retirement plan is the desire for a legacy or inheritance amount for the beneficiaries. Some clients are just fine leaving whatever is remaining in the estate to their heirs, while others have a very specific goal, and they want to make sure they leave at least X amount in their financial plan for their beneficiaries. If a client does have a specific legacy goal, then that means those assets cannot be used for income during retirement. This can also be thought of as a large one-time expense at the very end of their financial plan. Obviously, the larger the goal, the more assets that will be needed before the client can forecast a successful retirement. There are definitely times where a client will have to decide between leaving a legacy for their beneficiaries or retiring earlier, and the decision is ultimately theirs. Our program does allow us to forecast both options so the client can make an informed decision and decide what works best for them and their long-term preferences. If you have any questions regarding retirement, we definitely recommend you speak with your personal advisor. They can help illustrate or answer any questions you may have. Once again, my name is Zach Bachner from Summit Financial Consulting. Thank you for taking the time today to watch this video. If you could, please like and subscribe to stay up to date on any future videos that we will be posting. We'll catch you next time.
Summit Financial, working with people you trust.